recent news on Elle Darby should be a lesson to every single one of us. That glorifying and idolizing influencers is so beyond ridiculous, I don't even have words. I get it. Assuming the worst is beyond draining, but you don't know these people or their true intentions. I've been saying this for almost 2 years. What's going on, everyone? It's your favorite host and jealous hater Apoc, and welcome back to the channel. So, real big shocker, more vloggers are being exposed for the filth mongers that they truly are. Now, if you don't know what's going on, Elle Darby and her husband Connor Swift, who have over, or did have over 600,000 subs on YouTube, but who are now bleeding them dry, are being brutally dragged across the internet for some old gross and out-of-pocket resurfaced tweets that are just appalling. And you know, I'm usually not one for dwelling on past tweets because we are all human and we make mistakes, but there are just no justifications for this kind of behavior.
But Apoc, this was 10 years ago. She was just a teenager.
Yeah, she was in her late teens and should have known better. I know my ass wasn't doing any of this at any age, let alone the brink of being an adult. Plus, it's not like this was one action or just one tweet. There's literally a whole ass collection of ignorance. This can't and will not be just chalked off as a mistake, because clearly it is beyond that. Now, Elle did post a statement, which is just more stereotypical garbage that these people throw out when they get exposed.
Christmas and New Year's are traditionally a time for reflection, and as such, we decided to take some time to look through both our histories on social. We are ashamed to admit that we did not like what we found.
Well, Elle, to be fair, you and your husband didn't find anything. It found you. Your past found you, and it bit you in the ass, and you don't like it. The only reason you're taking a break or taking time off to reflect or whatever is because you have no other choice. You can't just continue on like nothing happened and just post like regular vlogs. That's not how this works. So you're just gonna tuck tail and run until the heat's off, and then you'll be back doing to what vloggers do best, calling all of us jealous haters while you live your best life, or whatever rhetoric you want to spew this time. You didn't decide to do anything. You don't have any control over this. You are being forced to take this time off. And you're gonna do what? Look at your past tweets on your other socials? For what? To scrub them clean? Yeah, okay.
The both of us were shocked and surprised and devastated by some of the language used in our very old tweets, in particular over a decade ago.
So to be clear, what she's doing is trying to accentuate the old part, trying to deflect away from the garbage that came out of her mouth. I wouldn't doubt if she used the whole "this is not who I am anymore" rhetoric. I mean, she's already got the "we were shocked" BS going for her. Colleen Ballinger did the same damn thing when she finally addressed her ignorance.
I cannot believe that I, of all people, would say something like this.
Why do they always end up saying the same things over and over again? Why do they all act like they don't remember being this hateful and gross for years? Sometimes the majority of their life. It's almost like once they become social media stars and gain a ton of money, all of a sudden they have amnesia.
We feel that we have a responsibility to own our mistakes and to try to take responsibility for our actions, especially the ones that don't paint us in the best light.
Bro, the ones who painted the picture was you guys. People aren't just creating drama or stirring up shit or starting rumors out of thin air. And it's quite comical how these YouTubers who think that they're God's gift to us want to take responsibility, but only after exposure and getting griefed online.
These comments are not a reflection of who either of us are as grown adults, nor who we were at the time they were being made, and do not align with what we stand for.
She's really out here saying with her full chest that being racist, homophobic, fatphobic, transphobic, and whatever else doesn't represent her as a person now or back then or for what they stand for. And yet she spewed this hate almost daily, and she did it unironically. Bruh. I highly disagree with that statement, Elle, with 100% of my chest. With how much you said you hated Polish people and Indian people for whatever dumb reason you have, that is a reflection of who you are. You are being hateful when you do that. When you make fun of people for something out of their control, such as skin color or where they're from or the way they look or a disability, it doesn't matter. You are being hateful. And the fact that you're saying this with such confidence speaks volumes.
We are beyond angry at ourselves and ashamed at our behavior.
Doubt.
Have a great New Year. Love always.
No. Well, it's not love always with you. Your words do not reflect love. They are the words of hatred. Bet she's the type to put BLM in her bio as well, throwing up that black square last year, virtue signaling from her nice home with no worry in the world, while also having this hateful history. Anyways, enough of this sorry excuse of an apology. If that's what you want to call it, I wouldn't, but whatever. Let's just get to these offensive tweets.
Police in Polish. So I hope the Polish driving my bus this morning, who nearly kicked me off because I didn't have my pass, crashes when he dropped me at school.
So what the hell is your deal with Polish people? She really does not like them at all, because a lot of these tweets are directed towards them, and the same goes for Indian people as well. But she really thought she ate this tweet, didn't she? Wishing for someone else to die. Shit, for multiple people to die, because that happens in car crashes. But all this because you were going to kick off a bus for not having a pass that you were supposed to have, that you're responsible for, and all they're doing is their job? Yeah, real rational.
Hate it when skin girls say they're fat, clearly just saying to draw even more attention to their stick legs and arms. T-words.
I don't even know what she's talking about here. I'm kind of confused, but obviously there's some body shaming going on.
This bus is sweaty and stinks like Indians.
But guys, this doesn't reflect me, I swear.
I just hate Polish people and Indians, really.
How is this not a representation of who you were back then? You are literally tweeting about how much you hate certain people for whatever stupid reason. It is plain as day, this is who you were. This is what you stood for back then, because you are posting it publicly. And in my opinion, I believe this is still who you are. This kind of hatred doesn't just go away, but it does stop when people become influencers because they don't want to get canceled.
Bring me inward.
Real classic, Connor.
Squinting like a Chinese man cause this cursing bus hasn't got any curtains to hide the sun and all that
See, here's the thing. Elle could have easily just tweeted out anything else based around her having to squint her eyes because of the sun, because the bus has no curtains, okay, whatever. But instead, that day, she chose racism.
Every time you tweet something, even though it's usually utterly crap, I imagine you saying it in your gay boy Irish accent. You look like a black man after work through all that dust I collected.
Did this goon just unironically call black people dirty and dusty? Bruh.
I really miss my laptop. Wish that effing charger from Hong Kong would hurry up. Come on. You're upsetting me.
Oh no, the privileged white girl's upset. What will we do?
Imagine being more pressed about a charger than your blatant racism in countries like China that exploit children for their labor. But again, guys, don't worry.
This doesn't represent her.
But hey, at least Elle doesn't discriminate. She doesn't just stop there at humans. No, she also spews this trash at animals too.
My mom's putting me in charge of putting the chickens to bed tonight. They're better off dead.
Just wow. But to be honest, she's not wrong. She seems like the type that would put her hands on an innocent creature just because she's in a mood.
I want a puppy. My 4 dogs are old foggies and don't give me any attention now. #bores.
Okay, this one got me real froggy. I have 5 dogs and want to give them the best life possible, especially when they're old. But apparently that's not the case for Elle Darby. She'd be the type to buy a puppy and then return it in a year's time, all because it's not a baby anymore. I despise that. Animals are not just meant for your pleasure or attention. You get them because you want a companion, to bring them into your family and to love them. They're not accessories or toys that you can just get rid of on a whim because you're bored or done with them.
Why does my baby brother always get fatter every time I see him?
Jesus.
Only F words get in Hufflepuff. Just did my first eBay sale. Now I know what to do when I get disgusting Christmas presents from my nan.
You know, one would think that getting a gift from your grandparents would be highly appreciated, but what else should we expect from Elle? You know, she wants us to believe that her hateful tongue doesn't represent her at all. But to be honest, that's just laughable.
I want my ugly cat to die? I'm more of a doggy woman?
What the hell? Why the hell did you get the cat? This kind of garbage makes me think that she mistreats her animals because she doesn't like them.
Amy Winehouse is #1 in the album charts. Shame she has to die to get there. I much prefer my pretty 4 Labrador retrievers to my ugly spiteful mongrel cat.
The only mongrel here is you, Elle.
The next series of Waterloo Road I will boycott. If it involves too many accents, you may as well be speaking Portuguese to me.
Elle, this doesn't represent me as a person, but also Elle, go back to your own country.
Everyone thinks pregnant ladies look so beautiful, but I don't see it. See how my sister is on the same training course as Zayn Malik's girlfriend is. Beat her up, Luz. Beat her her up. Gold medal for getting me foundation. That's a color for a mixed race person.
How can she just be so ignorant?
Basic child deprivation when mom chooses to do decorating over taking me out for lunch.
So you guys remember when I said that she was a spoiled little white girl? Yeah, this is it.
My mom's boyfriend just won 300 pounds, but we're still having mom's gross lasagna for dinner, instead of not being taken to a gourmet restaurant.
Well, maybe, just maybe, people like to keep their money and not spend it on a $70 steak for a spoiled, selfish, hateful little brat like you. And there's people out there who don't have a mom or parents to cook for them, or, even have money for food. So maybe Darb, just maybe, show some fucking appreciation for once.
Never compliment an overly cocky boy. It's like feeding 4 Big Mac meals to a fat person.
Oh god, she sounds like Billie Eilish.
Hopefully I can find a nice whale who can make good use of my massive penis tonight.
This is small penis syndrome.
This Indian girl's going to piss me off. Hashtag straight up.
Oh yeah? For what? Just living? Because at this point that would not shock me.
Girls that are obsessed with horses usually look like ones too. Hashtag nay off.
Even the ugliest girls can be more attractive than the ones who have the worst personalities. Hashtag F off.
I should have been the girl Rihanna pulled on stage and started dry humping on last night instead of that mong she picked from the front. Haha, a transvestite that used to go to my school is asking my ex to do explicit things.
Yeah, okay, so what? Who cares? To be honest, that actually may say a lot more about you than it does about them.
Oh, Jen, give me strength, gal. B.O., sweat, smelly substance, foreigners.
My gosh, she's just so gross.
Jumping Jews, I missed you too, gal. Was that supposed to be funny, or is your dyslexia unleashing itself again? Told my mom I'm locking the ducks outside to be eaten by foxes unless she brings me home a KFC. Or alas, believe me.
Oh god, that poor woman. I cannot imagine the hell that Elle put her through. And if she believed you, that's absolutely horrible. Because that means she believes that you would actually do that to innocent ducks. Which makes me question, have you done something like that before?
Anyone else think CeeLo looks like a Malteser?
So I actually had to look this one up because I had no idea what that was. But it was as expected, which was more racism.
Why do foreigner people follow me? I don't speak your grunts, meatheads.
Bet she doesn't care if foreigners follow her now because she's making money off of them. But I can guarantee that she still has that same hateful energy. Anyways, all you jealous haters, that's about it. This is why you should not idolize anyone or trust influencers like at all. They are the fakest people out there. They are only online to benefit themselves in their own pockets. They do not care about you. They also hide themselves behind a lens and the be kind mentality. They'll tell others to stop spreading negativity while spewing it themselves. People like Elle Darby and her husband Connor don't change and will not change. They hide in plain sight, pretending to be this loving family, while at one point was wishing for other people to die over a damn bus pass. And mistakes are okay. We all can learn from them. But this is not one of those situations. They didn't learn anything. They're getting it now, but they never got it back then. They really thought it was okay to tweet those things. Everything that came out of their mouths, especially Elle's, was consistently hateful and out of pocket. And she'll go on and on and on about how she's shocked and devastated or whatever she wants to spew. But for as many tweets as we saw, which I didn't even cover all of them because there were so many of them, but you're shocked, Elle? Really, sis? No, but you will be soon after you see that money drop. But let me know what y'all think about this gross situation. Comment down below and I'll catch you guys on the next one.